Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavad-gītā ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Bola Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Jai. So Hare Krishna, welcome everybody. We'll get started. Today's session of Bhagavad-gītā, session number 5. Okay, and today we are going to discuss some special thing about Sanskritam in the context of Bhagavad-gītā, verse number 4. So we'll just cover only one verse because otherwise it gets too long for all of you guys. Okay, so we are discussing chapter 1, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Okay, this is the outline of the chapter. The verses it's outlined, and we discussed in a couple of sessions back the first verse, Dhritarashtraha Sanjayam Pruchhati. Okay, Paschat, afterwards we discussed also the second section, which is Dhuryodanasya Bhitihi Senanam Parichayascha. Okay, so the fear of Duryodhana and the introduction of the armies. So in this we covered 2 verses last time. So which is and we ended with Duryodhana approaching Dronacharya and saying the following verse. Okay, kaha patati? Kopi patitum shaknati? Mariti patatu?
पश्य एतां पाण्डुपुत्राणाम् आचार्य महतीं जमूं व्यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येन धीमता.
Shloka iva patatu. Pashyetam Pandu.
पश्येतां पाण्डुपुत्राणाम् आचार्य महतीं जमूं व्यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येन धीमता.
Okay. Atra Anvaya Asit. Anvaya. Hey Acharya. Tava, Duryodhana is addressing Dronacharya. Hey Acharya, Tava Dhimata Shishyena, Drupada Putrena, Vyudham nama arranged, Vyudham, Panduputranam, Etam, Mahatim, Chamum, Pashya. Okay. Hey, oh my teacher, this great army, Mahatim, great army arranged Vyudham in the military formation by your intelligent disciple, son of Drupada. Please see this big army. Okay, sarcastically he's telling him that it's an intelligent disciple. Why he was intelligent? Because even though he was enemy, he came to the enemy teacher and he requested the knowledge by which he can kill the teacher himself. So that's why it's very intelligent, right? That's what he's indirectly, sarcastically telling. And he was also telling that don't be lenient to your affectionate disciples, Pandavas, in the war. Otherwise, we will lose the whole battle and we will die. So be careful now. At least previously you were liberal and you gave the knowledge to enemy who, even though he is going to kill you. But now at least you just don't be so partial towards Pandavas. Okay. So now we were going to discuss a concept. So we are going to discuss this concept called Visheshana Visheshya Bhavaha. Okay. Visheshana Visheshya Bhavaha. Can one kid repeat after me this whole sentence? Other people can mute and repeat this sentence. Okay. Who can repeat? Śyāmalī, repeat. Okay. विशेषण विशेष्य भावः.
विशेषण विशेष्य भावः.
One more time. विशेषण विशेष्य भावः.
विशेषणः विशेष्य भावः.
Okay. Visheshana. Okay. So what are these 2 concepts we are introducing now? We are going to discuss that in a minute. But first, let's see this beautiful picture. So who can describe what do they see in this picture? Can you, all of you, have you heard the concept like, describe a picture? There should be some activity in your school, right? Okay, Shamali, what do you see in this picture?
I see that someone is worshiping Lord Krishna because they're like, we don't know if anyone is doing that, but I see it's like it's a temple.
Oh, okay. And how is Krishna? Can you describe Krishna?
So I can tell he's like he's still sort of a baby.
Okay, he's a baby Krishna. Okay, good.
Still
Okay, good. I want somebody else to describe Krishna. What else you can describe about Krishna? Gauranga vadatu.
Astu. So in this picture I see baby Krishna holding a pile of food and holding a flute in one hand, wearing a peacock feather and completely blue, wearing ankle bells and standing in a background of flowers, and around him are lots of lamps and other paraphernalia, and behind him is a bell and a decoration.
Okay, that's very good. Very nice detailed description. So this is the what I wanted to bring it out. In general, whenever we see things in the world, there are main things. Like for example, in this picture, we can think the main person is Krishna. So we know Krishna by name, we know who is Krishna. But that is like a subject, right? Subject or the main person, subject. That is Visheshya. And there are some attributes which can describing further. So somebody can visualize him. Like if all of you close your eyes, the way Gauranga narrated, somebody can imagine, oh, Krishna is standing, he's holding a flute on the left hand, he's holding a pot of butter on the right hand. So somebody can visualize by the descriptions. So these descriptions or the descriptors are called Visheshanam, Visheshanani in plural. Visheshanam is nothing but the quality which describes the subject. Okay. So Visheshya becomes the subject, which is Krishna. And for example, Neelaha Krishna, if I tell blue Krishna, then the blue becomes the descriptor of Krishna, and that becomes Visheshanam. Okay. Everybody understand? So the one which is being described is Visheshya, and the describer or the word which are used to describe the entity will become Visheshanam. Okay, these are terms, we just need to remember them. So as we see more and more examples, you will remember them easily. Okay, so for example, I have written that definitions here again for you. Visheshya means one being described or the subject. Okay, so it's a small one. The short one is a subject. Visheshanam, for example, here Krishna. Visheshanam, it's a little bit longer. So you can say describer. Describer is a little bit longer, or descriptor is a little bit longer. So longer word has a longer word in Sanskrit. So in that way, you can remember which one goes what without getting confused. Descriptor is equal to Visheshanam, longer word. Visheshya is a small word. So it can be described, small word. Okay, that's how you can easily remember. Or the quality. So here, Neelaha. Neelaha Krishnaha. Neelaha becomes the attribute of Krishna or the quality of Krishna. So that becomes Visheshanam. And as Gauranga said, he is holding the flute. So Murali Dharaha. That is also a name which indicates that he is holding Murali. So Murali Dharaha Krishnaha Atra Upavishtaha Asti. Okay, that Krishna is standing here. Okay, you can tell the one who is holding the Murali, and Neelaha Krishnaha Atra Asti is standing here. Everybody is clear about the terms and the meaning, what it means? Yes? Okay, because later on when I have the terms, I'm going to quiz you. You have to tell me what is Vishesha, what is Visheshanam. Okay, so that's why I'm introducing the concept today. Okay, and there is a rule in Sanskritam. Okay, who can tell this rule? Narsimha Marati vadatu shlokam smaryate che shlokah. Yallingam
लिङ्गं यद्वचनं याच विभक्तिः विशेष्यस्य तल्लिङ्गं तद्वचनं सा च विभक्तिः विशेषणस्य.
Yes, okay, good. So what is saying is Yallingam yadvachanam yacha vibhaktir visheshyasya tallingam tadvachanam sacha vibhaktir visheshanasya. It's very simple. What this telling is, see, there are multiple attributes of a word in Sanskrit, which is lingam, which is whether it's a masculine, whether it's a feminine, whether it's a neuter gender basically. Lingam, vachanam, whether it's ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam, which is basically singular, dual, or plural. And vibhaktihi, we discussed vibhakti, right? Pratama vibhakti, dvitiya vibhakti, tritiya vibhakti, all these vibhaktis. So any word has all these attributes. So whatever attributes, whatever linga, whatever vachanam, vhatever vibhakti, visheshya has, that means the one which is being described has, Tallingam, that same lingam, that same vachanam, that same vibhakti will be possessed by the describer. That's it. Visheshanasya. Visheshanasya means no, right? You know, right? Ramasya means Ramasya. Visheshanasya lingam is equal to Visheshyasya lingam. That's what this sentence is stating. Visheshanasya vachanam is equal to Visheshyasya vachanam. Visheshanasya vibhakti is equal to Visheshyasya vibhakti. Everybody understand this shloka? Okay. So now I'm going to give examples to prove this concept in Sanskrit. For example, here only we saw Neelaha Krishnaha. Krishna is nothing but here Pullingaha Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, like Ramaha. Similarly, Neelaha also became like that. Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam Neelaha. So Neelaha, Neelo, Neelaha. Like that you can make a table. Got it, right? So for example here, and we have seen in the previous shloka, there's some examples which already has used this principle. So I am bringing that out for you. Etam mahatim chamum. Chamum is nothing but strilinga. Chamu is a word. Chamu. Strilinga dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam. So similarly, mahatim is nothing but dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam strilinga. Etam is also dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam strilinga. So you cannot tell eshaha chamum. Eshaha is nothing but Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam Pullinga. So you cannot use that to describe the subject basically, which is of different linga, different achpachanam. Okay. Similarly, we discuss Tava Dhimata Shishyena Drupada Putrena. So Drupada Putrena Kaha Vibhakti Bhavati? Mahariti Vadatu.
तृतीया विभक्ति एकवचनं
Yeah.
पुंलिङ्ग
अतः शिष्येना अपि तृतीया विभक्ति
तृतीया
एकवचनम
विभक्ति
अपि तु
धीमता तृतीया विभक्ति एकवचनं
एकवचनम या धीमता अपि धीमत् शब्दः भवति धीमता इति तृतीया विभक्ति एकवचनम ओके सो अतः एवरीथिंग विल बिकम तृतीया विभक्ति एकवचनम we cannot say धीमत् द्रुपद पुत्रेण then that doesn't become a describer, that doesn't become an attribute. Okay, so this is a way easily we can understand when we identify vibhaktis. We can easily, using this principle, identify what is a main object and what are the things which are pointing to it. So it becomes easy in our anvaya. So we don't need to think everything as a different entity. We think, oh, there's a one main thing which we know. Usually Visheshya is something which we already know. Visheshanam is qualities describing that. So for example, here army is we already know. Then what they're telling, Eta means this, Mahati means great. They're telling this great army. Here they're saying Drupada Putrana, we know, son of Drupada. They're telling your Shishya, your disciple, one attribute. And he's also telling you are intelligent. That's also one more attribute. So these are describing the main subject. Okay. That's why they follow the same vibhakti. Similarly, for example, this is in Srilinga, this is in Pumlinga, different vibhakti. Another example, if I have to use in Napunsakalinga, Brihat Pustakam. Brihat Pustakam Asti Mama Savide. In my place, I have a big book. I have a big book with me. Brihat Pustakam. Pustakam is Napunsakalinga, so it should become Brihat. Okay. Everybody understand the concept? Subhadra, Giridhari, do you understand the concept? Gauranga? Okay, good. So when we go to the next verse, then we will going to apply this concept. Okay, that is verse number 4, today's verse. So army of the Pandavas are still being described in the verse number 4. Okay, who can? Okay, somebody can recite this nicely. Subhadra, will you try?
I can try, Mataji. Atra shu
Oh, okay. So have you memorized this verse before? No, right?
no, Mataji.
Okay, no problem. Okay, somebody who knows how to recite the verse can recite. Okay, Satvik Vadatu.
अत्र शूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुन समायुधि युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः.
Good job. See, very nicely recited. Very good. Okay, so now we will try to apply our concept to identify vibhaktis here. Again, for the interest of the people who didn't memorize, this is our Rama Shabdaha. Okay, so again, who can? Okay, so we know. See, Ramah Ramau Ramaha Ramam Ramau Raman Ramen Ramabhyam Ramaihi Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramebhyah Ramat Ramabhyam Ramebhyah Ramasya Ramayohu Ramanam Rame Ramayohu Rameshu He Rama He Ramau He Ramaha. So now this was a table, right? Vibhakti table. Now we need to identify where what everything is. For that we need to do Padachedaha. Identify the words, because there are some sandhi. Because of that there was some transformation, right? So I have done that Padacheda for you. Or let me ask our boys who knows that, can they guess the words? Okay. Bharati Narsimha Gauranga Jananti Chet Vadatu. Kaha ke shabdaha santi atra iti. Atra iti eka avyaya bhavati. So atra is a avyaya. Shuraha. Okay, next continue.
Maheshwasaha.
Maheshwasaha. Okay, there's a
Bhima
visarga.
Arjuna.
See, 1 second. Shuraha Maheshwasaha is telling. That means there was a visarga here that became lopaha because of sandhi transformations. Okay. And Gauranga Vadati, Bhima Arjuna, Kim Gauranga?
Bhima Arjuna.
Okay. So within the word, Samasa Lopa doesn't happen. Okay. So Bhima itself is a word.
Bhima,
Arjuna itself is a
Arjuna.
Samaha.
Samaha.
See, this whole thing is one word. Okay, Gauranga. Bhima Arjuna Samaha. This is a compound word. There are 3 subwords in that. Like how we have book table. I will describe what it means later. But this whole thing becomes one word because there is no vibhakti between. How do we identify whether it's a word or not? Wherever vibhakti comes, that divides the word. See, for example, here there is no vibhakti. Bhima is a pratipadikam, like how you have Rama. Rama cannot be used directly in the sentence. Similarly, Bhima cannot be used directly in the sentence. So that's why we cannot tell it's a separate word. Okay. Then we try to go until we get a vibhakti. Arjuna also is a pratipadikam. We cannot use directly in a sentence. So that means it's a compound word. Then Sama, when you see Sama, you can guess there is a visarga which became lopaha. So then you can say this whole thing is one word. Avagatam kila. So we have to tell Bhima Arjuna Samaha is one word. Everybody understand the concept? So you have to break at the vibhakti. So that's why we need to first learn how to identify vibhaktis nicely. Okay, then who can tell other words? Vadatu. Mahariti Vadatu.
Yudhi.
Yudhi. Okay. Vadatu. Gauranga Vadatu.
On Virataha Drupadaha. Virataha cha Drupadaha cha Maharathaha. Good
job. So there is a sandhi. Because of the learning shlokas, Gauranga understood the pattern. Whenever there's a visarga and a cha comes followed it, the transformation goes on and shcha will come. So viratascha. Whenever we see viratascha, We should understand it's Virataha and Cha. Okay? Drupadaha and Cha. And Maharataha. And here Yuyudanaha. Same thing. There is another transformation because of which Okara comes. But we can guess. Or if you look at Prabhupada's word to word, we can get it. So understood some concepts of splitting the words. Everybody understood, right? We will repeat that, then you will understand. So same thing I've listed over here. Now we need to do the exercise of identifying vibhaktis. So in this case, I've already showed you the table over here. So I want kids who are learning to help me. And so let's see, Subhadra, Giridhari, and Śyāmalī, Ananya, who can guess and tell me the vibhaktis, okay? The first one, Atra, is Avyayam, okay? This Avyayam means indeclinable, so it doesn't change. So I'm going to write that here because I didn't teach you what are the Avyayas. Atra means here, okay? Now continue telling from this table, where is a pattern of Ramaha? That is like Shuraha. Who can tell me? Other than Gauranga, Marathi, Anvaya Vadatu, Ananya?
Pratama?
Tell me full Pratama of what? Ekavachanam, Bahuvachanam or Vivachanam?
Ekavachanam?
Pratama Ekavachanam is Ramaha kila. Atra asti Shuraha. So Ramaha kutra asti?
That's
Atra eva asti kalu. Pratama vibhakti Bahuvachanam.
Pratama vibhakti Bahuvachanam.
Yes, so you have to just tell 1.3. So similarly, Maheshwasaha. Does it fit in the same pattern, Ananya?
Which one?
Maheshwasaha also fits into the same pattern. So this is also 1.3.
Yeah.
Bhimarjana Samaha also fits into the same pattern. So it has a line and a visarga. The basic word is Bhimarjana Sama. It became, say for example, Bhimarjana Samaha, Bhimarjana Samau, Bhimarjana Samaha. So this also becomes 1.3. Understand, right? Okay, now you apply the Visheshana Visheshya Bhavaha and tell me what is Visheshya and what is Visheshanam here. Seems like everything is 1.3. So something is a subject or the main thing and others are describers. Okay, I need to tell for that meaning for this, right? Shuraha means heroes. Okay, heroes or Veeraha. Okay, Maheshwasaha means great bowmen. Great bowmen. And Bhima Arjuna Samaha means equal to Bhima and Arjuna. Okay. Now tell me what is Bhima Arjuna. Tell me what is Visheshya means the subject and what are the Visheshanani which are describing the subject. Okay. There is one main entity we all know that becomes a subject, Visheshya. And there are some attributes to that becomes Visheshanam. So what is the main entity in this line? Which we already know. Is it heroes, great bowmen? Are they look like subject or they look like attributes? What about equal to Bhima and Arjuna? That look like a known thing or attribute?
Bhimarjuna Vishesha.
See, Bhimarjuna Samaha is actually a Visheshya, or the main thing. You can think of it. Visheshya. Okay. And these becomes the attributes for this thing. So first there he is identifying the people who are equal to Bhima and Arjuna and he is telling those people are heroes and those people are great heroic bowmen. You understood? So these both will become Visheshanani or Visheshanani. Okay. I'll do Visheshanani plural. Okay. Understood, right? Deepak Satvik? This becomes the main thing which they're describing and these two becomes attributes for this. Everybody has everybody's clear about this thing? Okay. Now Yudhi. Yudhi is Kaha Vibhakti. I think this table I didn't teach you. Narsimha Vadatu Yudhi Nama Kaha Vibhakti Bhavati.
Saptami Ekavatanam.
Okay, 7.1. So this is Saptami Ekavachanam. Saptami indicates location. Yudh means battle. Yudhi means in the battle. Okay. So Saptami is location. So in the battle or in the war. Okay. That's Saptami Ekavachanam. Generally, for Halanta Shabdaha, Yudh is the Halanta Shabdaha, the Saptami will become Yudhi. Like that. Okay. Then, okay, now somebody has to tell Yuyudhanaha. Which vibhakti it becomes? Ramaha, where is it? Virataha, where is it? Subhadra Giridhari vadatu.
1.1 Mataji.
1.1 Mataji.
Yes.
Ekavachanam.
Yes, one.
Prathama Ekavachanam.
Pratama Ekavachanam.
Good job. Pratama vibhakti ekavachanam. Right? This simple thing. Ramaha, Ramaha, like that. Yudhanaha, Virataha. These are names of different people. Cha means avyayam and. Okay? Cha is and. It's avyaya. Similarly, tell me Subhadra Giridhari. Drupadaha, Maharataha. What vibhakti?
3.1.
1.3.
1.3 Mataji. Ekavachanam.
Prathama Bahuvachanam.
Bahuvachanam.
How Bahuvachana means what should happen? Extra line should be there. Ramaha. Do we say Drupadaha here?
Oh no.
Oh no.
So what it becomes?
Uh,
Simple one. You already know. 1.1.
1.
That's all. 1.1. Okay. These are just names of people. So because it's names of people, it's Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Okay. Clear? Okay, good.
Yes, Mataji.
Everybody is clear, right? So we identify the vibhaktis. We know the meanings also now. Okay. Now we will describe. We'll try to do the Anvaya. Okay. So this was a verse. And this is a heroic bowman. Arjuna. Anvaya. Okay. Let's try to do the Anvaya. Let's see who will. Okay. Then we should show the previous shloka for that, I think. Okay. Now let's try to do the Anvaya for this. Okay. Anvaya, how do we do? We need to take the Kriya Padam. Okay. Kriya Padam here it's not there. We have to assume a Kriya Padam. The Kriya Padam is nothing but exist or Santi. Okay. Santi. Then the question is who exists? Okay. Then we need to start answering the answers for that. Who exists? What is the answer for that? Who exists?
Yudhanaha Viratascha Drupadascha Maharathaha.
Okay. So the answer is Yuyudhana Viratascha. And here also there is adjective. Drupada is the Visheshyaha. Maharataha is indicating Drupada. So the great warrior Drupada. Okay. So this becomes descriptor. So you should tell Maharataha Drupadascha. Okay. Santi means are. So there are Yudhana, Virataha and great warrior Drupada. Okay. We covered this much. Kutra Santi. Where they are? Yudhi Santi. They are in the battle, in the war. Now we need to bring all of this. Ke Santi, Anye Ke Santi. Who else are there?
Bhima
Arjuna.
Bhima Arjuna.
No, Bhima Arjuna Samaha. See, you cannot split it. This whole thing is one word. Bhima Arjuna Samaha Santi. Means they are people equal to Bhima and Arjuna. We are not asking general knowledge question. Who else is there in the war? We need to be focusing on this shloka. In this shloka, if you have to ask the question, who else are there in the battle? What does shloka indicate, Deepak? Then you should tell the whole world. Bhima Arjuna Samaha Santi. Means there are people equal in strength to Bhima and Arjuna. Got it, Deepak?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Now, Anye Ke Santi.
Mataji.
Who else are there? Who else are there? Or you can say, Kidrishaha te. How are they? Then you attach the descriptors. Te Shuraha, Maheshwasaha, Bhimarjuna Samaha. So everything gets pulled. When you take the subject, then all the describers will come along with it. So you don't need to ask separate question. For that, you have to ask the question, Kidrishaha te. How are they? What are the qualities of them? Then you bring all these guys. And then you have to ask another question, Kutra, where? Then you will say Atra, here. Okay. So everything comes together. So who will tell the Anvaya together? Completely. Somebody can try to tell the Anvaya. Who will try to tell? Gauranga, prayatnam karoti va?
Atra Bhimarjuna Samaha Shuraha Maheshwaha cha Santi Yuyudhanaha Virataha Drupadaha च महारथाः अपि तत्र सन्ति.
सन्ति. ओके. अत्र अहम् उक्तवती महारथः विशेषणं भवति द्रुपदस्य. अतः एवं वक्तव्यं युधानः विराटश्च महारथः द्रुपदश्च युधि सन्ति. अवगतं गौरङ्गा? Okay. See, that's why this pointer is there. Okay. Avagatam. Okay. So who else? Maybe somebody can try to tell this Anvaya in English.
In the war, there are great bowmen like Bhima and Arjuna. Shuraha.
They are heroes. Okay.
Heroes. In the war, also there are Yudhana, Virata, and Drupada, the Maharathi.
The great warrior Drupada. That's it. Simple. Okay. Now, idanim prayatnam karatu. Maharathi Samskrite vadatu bhavan.
तत्र युधि शूराः महेश्वासाः भीमार्जुन समाः युधानः विराटः महारथः द्रुपदः च सन्ति.
Ashte. That's all. Okay. So somebody else wants to try in English? Subhadra Giridhari, now you want to try in English?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah, try.
So Mataji, so basically in the
In the
war,
the great heroes and the great bowmen are
equivalent
to Bhima and Arjuna.
in strength to Bhima and Arjuna.
Okay, now you, Subhadra, you tell the rest of the half. Giridhari told half, now you tell the rest of the half. They are?
They are
Anna? Oh, you forgot your words or what? You don't know how to read this?
Yudhana,
Yudhana, Virata,
Viratascha.
no,
And they are also
great and
Maharatha.
Great warrior Drupada.
Maharatha.
Great warrior Drupada. Okay. Okay, good. So we got it right. So now let's see our Anvaya here again. So atra yudhi shuraha maheshwasaha bhimarjuna samaha yudhanaha viratascha maharatha drupadascha santi. That's it. Okay, now there are some difficult words in the thing. So I wanted to show them what they are, what it means. Maheshwasaha means Mahan Ishwasaha Yasya Saha. Ishwasaha means bow. Okay. Ishwasaha means bow. Or in other way is equal to arrow shooter. Okay. It's called arrow shooter. If you have to divide the word and understand, Ishavaha Asyante Anena iti Ishwasaha. It's made of two words. Anyway, that's more details, but it's a bow. Okay. Or Dhanuhu. Another word. Dhanuhu. Okay. Mahan means great. Okay. So Yasya means whose bow is great, or it means one who has a great bow. That means is equal to great bowman. In another word, simple word, great bowman. Okay, plural. That's a bowman. Understand, right? So Mahan Ishwasaha Yasya Saha will become Maheshwasaha. Bahuvachanam svikaroti chet Maheshwasaha. People who have great bows or great bowmen. Okay. So now next one, Maharataha. Similarly, Mahan Ratha Yasya Saha, one who has great chariot. Okay, that's a literal meaning. But there's a meaning. Bhishma Dev says, what does it mean to somebody get a name Maharataha? It has some eligibility criteria of how many people he can fight simultaneously. I will discuss that today. Okay. So Mahan is again great. Rataha means chariot. Okay. So one who has great chariot. So what we are telling, this is called Vigraha Vakyam. Okay, which is nothing but explanation for a compound word. Okay, that is called Vigraha Vakyam. Okay, these are compound words. Okay, and the explanation is given like this for us to understand what they are. That is called Vigraha Vakyam. Similarly, Bhimarjuna Samaha, I told, right? I will tell later. This has two compounds actually. So Bhimascha Arjunascha. That means Bhima and Arjuna. That becomes Dvandva Samasa. Bhimarjunau. Bhimarjunabhyam Samaha equal to Bhima and Arjuna becomes Tritiya Tatpurusha Samasa. So here if you have to write short one, Bhimarjunabhyam, that is, see, Ramabhyam. Ramabhyam is nothing but Tritiya Dvivachana. Bhimarjunabhyam Samaha equal to both Bhima and Arjuna. Okay, that becomes, that's why you have here, it is Tritiya Vibhakti Dvivachanam, equal to both Bhima and Arjuna. They are all the people. So that's Bahuvachanam. If you don't understand this concept, it's too detailed, it's fine, leave it. As we grow further, we will understand. Okay. And then all the difficult words are explained now. Now you understand this whole word Deepak Satvik and Gauranga, Bhimarjuna Samaha, how it came? It came of three words actually, Bhima, Arjuna, and Sama. And how do you explain that? Is like this. Bhimarjunabhyam Samaha. And Bhimarjuna means Bhimascha Arjunascha Bhimarjunau. Like Ramascha Lakshmanascha Lama Lakshmanau. Okay, that means we are addressing both of them. Okay.
मम समीपे एकः प्रश्नः अस्ति
वदतु
समाः इति शब्दस्य विभक्तिः अस्ति वा
अस्ति किल सम इति शब्दः भवति चेत् समः समौ समाः भवति किल
तस्य विभक्तयः किं सन्ति
तेषामेव लैक् रामशब्दवत् भवति रामः रामौ रामाः अत्र तु प्रथमविभक्ति बहुवचनं किल रामः रामौ रामाः इतिवत् भवति कः क्लेशः अवगतम् okay so now so I was telling there's a gradation for the warriors, so that is described by Bhishma Deva in Mahabharata. So this is a shloka. So who can read this new shloka nicely? Who wants to try that? This is a new shloka. It's not Bhagavad-gītā shloka. So Marathi, you speak the first verse. Narasimha speak the second one. Okay? Samyaktaya patatu.
Ekadasha yudhayet yastu dhanvinam shastra pravinascha maharatha iti smritaha.
Okay, I'll explain this first. Ekaha means any one person. Actually, it should be Sandhi Eko, should be there. One person who can yodhayet, who can fight with dhanvinam means bowmen, dasha sahasrani, 10,000. A person who can fight with 10,000 bowmen simultaneously, and he's also shastra praveenaha. He's expert in weapons and also in scriptural knowledge. Saha Maharataha iti smritaha. He is known as Maharataha. So what is the qualification of somebody to be called as Maharataha? He has to fight with 10,000 bowmen simultaneously, and he should be expert in both Shastra and Shastra. Okay? Got it? That's a definition. I will give you bullet points also in a table form later. And Narasimha Patatu, Agre.
Amitanyodhayet yahtu sampragna adhirathasthu saha rathito ekena yah yudhyeta tadnyuna ardharataha mataha.
Tadnyunaha ardharataha mataha. Okay. So Amitan Yodayet, unlimited. Amitan means unlimited Yodayet, one who fights unlimited members. Then he is called Atirataha, but it's coming in a lower grade. So this unlimited should be less than 10,000. Okay. Atirataha is actually Atirataha is lower than Maharataha, but he fights greater than like little bit more than 1. Rathi tu ekena yaha yuddhet. If he fights with only one person, then becomes rataha or rathi. And if he fights with tad nyunaha, lesser than 1, it becomes ardha rataha, half ratha. Ardha means half rataha. Half ratha is a person who doesn't even fight with one person. Okay. So now if you put everything together in a chart, Maharatha can fight with 10,000 bowmen simultaneously. Okay. And Atirataha, less than 10,000, but little unlimited. Like, it can go up to 9,999. Rataha can only fight with one person. Ardha Rataha, only half, not even one person. Okay. This is a shloka from Mahabharata, which gives a definition of what are all of these and whom they call Maharataha. And in the battle of Kurukshetra, a lot of them are Maharathas. Okay. Even Bhima, Arjuna. That's why here he says is Bhima, Arjuna, Samaha, Santi, Maharataha. Okay. Clear, right? So now we'll discuss little bit points from the purport. Here I wanted to describe. In this class, I'm trying to add some concepts which are not there in the purport, in the sense of, Sanskrit elements or, some details of the warriors, which I've gotten from other books. What I would request all of you, because we are covering very slowly, one verse maybe a week. So I would request all of you to read the verse and the purport at your home during the week. So again, you reflect on the concepts taught in the class. And again, you reflect on the Anvaya a little bit. So that looks like a nice refresher. So the concepts can sink in further. So then you can compare with your notes or even slides or whatever. And again, reflect on the concepts. So that's a good way to practice. And we are reading Bhagavad-gītā purport given by Srila Prabhupada. That is as it is. And that is irreplaceable. If you read just Prabhupada purport, you get so much advancement and so much nectar. You can directly contact Srila Prabhupada's, get Srila Prabhupada's association. So this class should not replace your sequential reading. Okay, so this should encourage you to go and read again. Okay, just we are doing only one verse. So read this one verse during the week. Okay, all of you love Bhagavad-gītā, so it's good to read. Okay, so some of the points from the purport. Drishyadhyumna, okay, whoever knows how to read English nicely can read now. So that way I can rest my voice. Pratyush, you want to try? Yeah.
Drishyadhyumna was not a very important obstacle compared to Dronacharya.
Okay. So initially what he told, he approached Dronacharya and told, your intelligent disciple Drishyadhyumna has arranged the military formation. But later when he's describing the great warriors on the Pandavas side, he didn't list Drishyadhyumna as one of the members. He told equal to Bhima and Arjuna, Virataha, Yuyudhana, and then he said Drupada. That's all. So what Srila Prabhupada is telling in the purport is, actually Drishyadhyumna was not a very great obstacle because Dronacharya only taught him. So obviously Guru should be more excellent than the disciple, even though he is born to kill Dronacharya. So Duryodhana, for some reason, he thought, Guru is there right in my party. So Drishyadhyumna is nothing. So I don't need to worry about him. Okay. Next one. Somebody else can read this. Ananya Vadat Patatu.
Others as formidable as Bhima and Arjuna were causes of fear and are mentioned.
Okay. So whomever Duryodhana is afraid about, and Duryodhana knows the strength of Bhima and Arjuna, so he's comparing with their strength, and whoever he thinks are equal to them in strength, he thinks there to be formidable, means undefeatable, very difficult to defeat. Hence, he is getting some fear. Bhitihi. Tasya bhiti asti. He is getting some fear, and that's why he mentioned them. Okay. Next, so this is our Bhima. Okay.
He knew the strength of Bhim and Arjun, and thus he compared with them.
Okay. So this is Bhima. Okay. English, Bhima, Arjuna. Is there. Okay. He knew the strength of Bhima and Arjuna, and thus he compared with them. Okay. Clear. These are some points. Now, these are these little bit details of the warriors mentioned here, which is not present in Srila Prabhupada's purport, but it's available from other Vishwanath Chakravarti's Thakur, Srila purport, as well as from another book called some Bhagavad-gītā grammar. So I have put it little bit more information for you just to know who are these warriors. Okay. So one by one we can start reading. Okay. Pratyush patatu.
Astu Mataji. Yadaiva, warrior, close friend of Sri Krishna.
Yadava warrior, close friend of Sri Krishna. Yudhana is a Yadava warrior. Actually, it's from the Yadava dynasty and is close friend of Sri Krishna. Okay, next. Read.
Killed 6 Kauravas, Maharathas.
Okay, it's very simple. Next, continue.
Captured Sanjaya but set him free on Vyasa's advice.
Okay.
Survived the war and went with Sri Krishna to Dwarka.
Okay, so only few people survived the Kurukshetra war. The 5 Pandavas, Kritavarma and Kripacharya and Ashwatthama, and one more person is Yudhana Satyaki. He's also called Satyaki. Okay, only few people survived, and that one person is Yudhana. He's actually Krishna's close friend.
Mataji, that Yudhan is from Pandavas or from Kauravas, Mataji?
Pandava only. Is Pandava side. See, Duryodhana is describing Pandava's army now. Correct? Yes. Okay. Pandava side is close friend of Krishna. Okay. Of course, there are some people who changed their parties. One of the Kaurava's brother came to Pandava's side. He also survived. And one of the Pandava's side, like Vrishni dynasty person, went to Kaurava's side. That's also there. Śyāmalī vadatu.
The person you're talking about is Duryodhan's stepbrother, Yuyutsu. He switched.
Yes, correct. Very good, Śyāmalī. Good job. Yuyutsu is the brother who shifted from Kaurava's side to Pandava's side. Yuyutsu, he also survived the battle. Good job. Śyāmalī read a lot of Mahabharata. Okay. Virata. Okay, who can tell who is this Virata king before I tell the answer? Okay, Śyāmalī can tell. Gauranga also can tell. Okay, Śyāmalī, tell a little bit and then Gauranga will tell.
Virata is the king that the Pandavas, like the king of the kingdom, the Pandavas went to for the year of their exile, the incognito year.
Yes, correct. The King Virata, he hosted the Pandavas during the Ajñātavasa. Okay, and what else, Gauranga? Additionally, you have to say something.
Yes, so the kingdom's name was the Matsya kingdom, and Virata's son became a close friend of Arjuna. And when there was a battle between the Kauravas and the Virata, and then the people of Virata, the whole kingdom had gone to fight the other side that had attacked. Nobody was going. Nobody could stop them from coming to attack. So his son bragged about that he could defeat the Kauravas. So he set out Draupadi in her disguise told him that the person dressed as a eunuch, that was actually Arjuna, was a good chariot driver, but since Virata's son did not think so, he wanted a different one, but since he was the only one left, he took it. And then when Arjuna drove him to the battlefield, he said he would not fight, and so he started to run away. Then they switched. After a little while, they said, all right, you be my charioteer, and then I will do it. And then so then he revealed who he was, and then they got their weapons that they had hung from a tree, and Arjuna fought all of them, and then that's all I want to tell for now.
Okay, so nice. Thank you, Gauranga. So the Gauranga tells very nicely. the whole Mahabharata. So yes, he's a Matsya king and he sheltered the Pandavas during Ajnatavasa. Okay. Then this is Bhima, who and all the Pandavas took different roles. Bhima became cook, and Arjuna became the dance teacher, and Virata has a daughter. What is her name? Except Gauranga, Śyāmalī vadatu.
Uttara.
Uttara. Okay, good job. Uttara married whom? Subhadra vadatu. Whom did she marry? Uttara.
Abhimanyu.
Abhimanyu Mataji.
Yes, and their son is?
Parikshit.
Yes. So now you understand, right? It's a very significant connection we have. His daughter Uttara married Abhimanyu, mother of Parikshit. And Virata was killed by Dronacharya. Okay, now about Maharataha Drupada. Okay, we discussed last class lot of story about Drupada, right? So in one line, I want some recollections. Okay, not story. So who can tell one line? Marathi Narasimha vadatu, who is Drupada? Ekaikam vakyam.
Drupada is the king of Panchal region.
Okay, next Narasimha vadatu.
And Drupada, Dronacharya, he went one time after he went to take help after his Gurukula, but he didn't help him. So Dronacharya got angry and he sent the Pandavas to attack him.
Okay, good. Next, one line.
And there.
Okay, one line, only one line. Okay. Next, who else? Śyāmalī wants to tell something about Drupada?
Well, actually, I wanted to tell something about the story we were talking about before, the story of the Matsya king.
Yeah, we discussed about Virata. Okay. Yeah, tell if you know something. Tell.
So Gauranga was talking about the other side. He meant the Samshaktaks, and King Virata's son is Bhuminjay. And he was like, "Oh, I can't fight this entire war. I'm gonna run away."
Okay, what is his name again, Śyāmalī?
Bhuminjay.
Dhuminjaya. Okay, good.
Yes.
So Gauranga Drupadasya Vishaye vadatu ekam vakyam.
Astu.
Sorry, Narasimha vadatu.
His name is Uttama.
Uttama is there, and I don't know, maybe another name he has. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
So he is the father of Draupadi.
Correct. Good. One line. Okay. Good.
Or
Anybody-
one more name of Draupadi is Krishna, since she was black.
Okay. Krishna. Okay. Krishna is our Krishna. Krishna Strilinga is Draupadi. Okay. Good. Any other points? Subhadra Giridhari, one line contribution.
Mataji, so like Drupada is the father of Drishtadyumna.
Yes. Good job. Okay. And he did a yagya to get Draupadi and Drishtadyumna to kill Dronacharya. Okay. And things which you don't know is he's son of the king Somaka and is a student of Bharadwaja. Okay. Now you remember this. Okay, Śyāmalī. Drupada is a son of King Somaka and is a student of Bharadwaja. He learnt his archery from Bharadwaja Muni. Okay. And of course, he's a co-student of Drupada. That's where they both made a promise. Drupada made a promise, I will give you the half kingdom. And later he forgot about it. Then Drona's disciple Arjuna arrested Drupada, correct? To take revenge. Then after that, there is Swayamvara arranged by Draupadi, by Drupada. And in that, Arjuna has to shoot the arrow, seeing the reflection of the fish from down. And then he conquered that contest. And he won Draupadi in hand. And he married Draupadi later. Then he is also father of Draupadi and Drishtadyumna. Drishtadyumna killed Dronacharya later. And Draupadi married Arjuna. Okay. Dronacharya killed Drupada. Who killed Drupada? Dronacharya first killed Drupada. Then Drishtadyumna comes and kills Dronacharya. And Ashwatthama kills Drishtadyumna. So that's the whole thing about politics. They keep, grudge in the heart and they want to take revenge. And it goes on generations after generations. I take revenge on you. Then you kill me. Then my son will kill you. And your son will kill my son. It keeps on going like that. So as devotees, we don't hold grudges. Even if some application points for us, even if suppose some devotee does something or friend does say something, we should not take it to heart, because all these feelings will make us take birth again and again. So we should not hold grudges to anybody. If at all something bad happens to us, of course, if it's too bad and if there is something can be done to fix the situation, we have to tell our parents or teachers to fix that. But at the end of the day, we should think, okay, I did like this to somebody else. So I'm just getting my reaction back. So tolerate and cultivate good qualities and take shelter of Krishna in that incident and move on and pray to Krishna, please give me the quality of forgiveness. So I do, because we want to keep Krishna in our heart. We don't want to keep even good qualities or bad qualities in our heart. Why should we waste our time thinking about other things other than thinking about Krishna? Right? So if anything else is bothering us so much, disturbing our mind, of course, during practice stage, that's what will happen. So we pray to Krishna, please, Krishna, this is bothering me so much. Okay, while chanting, we pray to Krishna, it's bothering me so much. Please allow me to fix my mind on you, and then allow me to not bother about it so much. Then Krishna will make it very, light. Initially it feels like, oh, how could this happen to me? How could this girl say like this to me? But once the moment we start remembering Krishna, that's like, oh, this is nothing. Why am I worrying about this? There are bigger problems to think about. Bigger problem is we need to develop love for Krishna in this life, and we need to conquer birth and death. That's our bigger problem. Why we worry about this teeny nitty gritty details and waste our time? Human life is very precious, so we don't want to take our time away from Krishna. Okay. So next one. Okay, this is what, so this I come to the conclusion. So today we discussed 1.4. Atra shura maheshwasaha bhimarjuna samayudhi yudhano viratascha drupadascha maharataha. Now by reading this verse, everybody can understand the meaning? Just by hearing this verse again? Maybe some of you didn't memorize this, but later now in this week, if you read this, the meaning should come. Whatever we discuss should come to you directly, okay? What does mean, like what did Mataji discuss about Maharataha? Drupada means what? Maharataha points to whom? And what is little bit about Virata? What is little bit about Yudhana? He survived the battle. Yudhi means in the battle, Saptami Vibhakti, equal to Bhima and Arjuna, great bowman, Mahan Ishvasaha Yasya Saha, hero, Shuraha means heroes or Viraha, Atra means here. Okay, so reflect again, then you'll be able to get the meaning again and again. Okay, so Anvayaha Atra Yudhi Shuraha Maheshwasaha Bhimajuna Samaha Yudhanaha Virataha Cha Maharata Drupadascha Santi. Santi means are. Okay, that's it. So we discussed, we are still in this middle section and we did verse number 4. We are going slow but steadily. So that way we will learn step by step little bit of Sanskrit also, along with concepts from Bhagavad-gītā and how to apply in our day-to-day life. Okay, so we will end with this. Any questions or comments? Okay, Śyāmalī vadatu.
Well, Drupada actually has 3 children. Shikandi is another of his children, but Shikandi is not a eunuch because he's not a man to a woman, but he's a woman to a man.
Yeah.
Like forever.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Then, Gauranga?
Nothing, Mataji, right?
Mataji.
But I'm stuck on this. So how many warriors can Atiratha fight?
Oh, Atiratha can fight less than Maharataha, less than 10,000. Okay. Yes, the count is not given, but less than Maharata. At least he comes below Maharataha. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Pratyush.
Mataji, I'm asking that who is the son of Bhima and how he looked?
Son of Bhima. Son
Yes,
of Bhima,
Mataji.
one son of Bhima is Ghatotkacha. Another son he has from Draupadi. So I don't know his name. Ghatotkacha, you know, right? Ghatotkacha? Yes. He's a Rakshasa
I'm
who comes
hearing. I'm
who
hearing.
is hidden. Sorry?
I'm hearing this name second time.
Ghatotkacha. Okay, Ghatotkacha is son of Hidimbi and Bhima. Okay, and he was born for a special reason, so that later when okay, who knows a little bit why in which context was Ghatotkacha invited into the battle? Shyamali knows. Okay, Narsimha. Oh,
He came into the battle and he killed 2 Akshavini Sena of the Kauravas.
okay. Yeah.
In the night he came. When Shakuni, he cheated in the night and he started fighting in the night. They made a war in the night.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah, but
then Bhima.
okay.
Then
So
Bhima
what happened? So then what
Bhima
happens
called
is,
him.
okay, that's good, Narsimha. Ghatotkacha came and he killed the warriors. But why then what happens is the battle was very furious. So he became instrument in using Shamali Vadatu. I think she is getting what I'm trying to say.
Well, I know the rest of the thing that Karn used his Ikagni arrow and killed Ghatotkacha because everyone's like, Karn, please save us from this danger, because like Ghatotkacha was killing everyone like crazy.
Yes. So Karna has a special arrow. He kept it for Arjuna. So Krishna made all this plan and invited Ghatotkacha into the battle so that Karna is forced to use that arrow. And now that arrow is no more there to harm Arjuna. Because Krishna's close friend is Arjuna and Krishna protects Arjuna at any cost. So in this way, Ghatotkacha played a crucial role in the battle of Mahabharata to protect Pandavas. And of course, Bhima was very sad that his son was, died. Yeah, and similarly, Arjuna also lost his son Abhimanyu. But still, Pandavas never gave up their duty of fighting. That's what is the duty of a devotee. Whatever happens in our life, we don't leave our duty of serving Krishna. We will also go through so many ups and downs in life. So many things will happen in our life. We lose our close members. We may lose, we may not get good grades how we want. Whatever happens, success, failure, profit, loss, fame, infamy, anything. Our main dharma as a devotees is we want to continue serving Krishna, continue being favorable to Krishna. So as long as we do that, then we are safe. Good. Okay, next. Daita Vadatu.
Mataji, I've heard somewhere that Ashwatthama is still alive, and when Shri Krishna will take Kalki avatar, he will come.
Yes.
Is that
Ashwatthama.
true?
Yeah, Ashwatthama has a Chiranjeevi blessing. He never dies. So he's still alive. I don't know about the other part.
He's a ghost.
Nasima?
But he's a ghost.
Okay.
When he came to kill the womb in Uttara, that time Krishna came with the Sudarshan Chakra, he killed him. And then
Okay.
he didn't kill it all. Yeah, like that. So he's a ghost.
Okay, he's a ghost. Okay. This is all information from the videos. So I don't know, somebody has to read Mahabharata book and confirm all these things.
I
Okay.
think I am thinking that they only removed the money from his forehead and then let him go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway, it's all thinking now. Okay, Shyamali?
Because they removed the money, he didn't have any strength. That's why he became ghost.
Mataji,
Oh.
so Ashwatthama he's not, Ashwatthama's actually, even though because of his blessing / curse, he's actually a ghost now because it was actually just a 3,000-year curse. It wasn't a eternal curse. It was just a 3,000-year curse.
Okay, 3,000-year curse. Okay. Okay. Everybody now. Today, whoever is sleeping, don't get scared of Ashwatthama. Okay. Krishna is there. Remember Krishna in sleep. Okay. Okay. So we'll end now. Any other questions or comments? Nice discussion, guys. Everybody is so enthusiastic about Mahabharata. So we'll end with Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Hare
Shri
Krishna.
Krishna Arpanamastu. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna. Ananya, Kim.
Are we going to talk about Mahabharata next time too, Mataji?
Sorry, Mahabharata?
Are we going to talk about Mahabharata too next week?
In the sense, we are see, our series is Bhagavad-gītā series. Okay. So we are covering Bhagavad-gītā one by one. So as long as we discuss some warriors, the context of Mahabharata keeps coming. Right? So if you want to see, you can do one thing. In order to compete with Śyāmalī and Gauranga and all the people who know Mahabharata, you read the next verse, 1.5, and read the warriors. And you try to read about them or try to know more about them from Mahabharata. So next week you can come with some points. When I tell about this warrior, all of you can contribute. Okay?
Okay.
So homework is read 1.4 purport as well as read 1.5. Okay, guys. Okay, see you next week. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.